morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
A wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
And happy Tuesday to you all. Welcome to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. One of the few times during the week where we can get close to being punctual. But it is Josh, Walt, Zach hanging out with you this morning. Just trying to wake up.
Indeed. Indeed, good sir.
I was up till 2 last night, Walt.
Oh, what did I do?
We got off early. We got off. I mean, it was what, like 7 o'clock?
I was going to say, wait,
time?
now? Yeah, I didn't do that, so I can't claim this one.
No, I don't know what it was. I just laid there, could not fall asleep.
I hear you. It's weird. Weird time, weird energy. Everybody's going through it. Everybody. Without a doubt. But yeah, definitely. Not long after you and I got off, I did go on to bed like I said I would. That rarely happens, but it actually did. What about you,
How
Josh?
was your weekend? Yeah, how was your weekend, Josh?
Mine was okay. It was a nice, quiet weekend for once. My big claim to fame that I bragged about yesterday was that I took a nap on Saturday and I took a nap on Sunday. So how's that for eventful? No, I did see our buddy TJ, Terrestrial Mac, Drunk Mac over there on the Facebooks, was saying he had posted about having weird dreams and dreaming inside his dream. And that just made me think of those conversations we were having last week and people having to waking up in their dreams and then like 4 or 5 times just sort of waking up from a dream within a dream within a dream.
Yeah, I've only done that one time. It was weird. I was young. I barely remember it, but I remember that part of it. I was dreaming about being at my cousin's house, where I was all the time. Same town, we grew up, we were born 4 months apart. Our moms were best friends, so we were always together. So in my dream, I wake up and I'm at my cousin's house. I'm like, okay, I'm at my cousin's, I'm over here. And then all of a sudden, something crazy started happening, and I woke up again. And then I was home. Yeah, that messed with my head a little bit.
And see, it's things like this that makes me think it's probably a lot what it's like when you die. You spend those first couple of weeks as a baby just trying to acclimate to this new brain, this new functionality, trying to figure out how it all works, how to best settle into this new reality. It's sort of like entering into a dream. You're like, oh, shit, all right, I'm dreaming now. Huh, okay. So what can I do? What can't I do? What are my limitations? And as a baby, you realize you are severely limited, although you can progress. You're actually learning things. And pretty soon, oh shit, look, I can actually talk and make noise and become ambulatory, and I can get up and move and walk around and all sorts of stuff, and I can learn and progress through this thing. But you take that first little bit, it takes some time to adjust and learn. And I can see sort of probably like when you die, it's probably like boom, and now you're in this whole nother dream, and just like sort of waking up within a dream. And you're like, oh, okay. That's not what I remember being, but I guess this is it now. And you learn what your limitations are, and you figure out how to navigate that reality. First time I saw one of those like dreams within dreams and somebody waking up was, I think, In the Mouth of Madness when I was younger. And just that idea had not ever entered my brain. And watching him, dreaming and then wake up and then dreaming and then wake up, it's really messed with me. I'm like, damn, how do you know if you're ever awake?
Huh. Well, I know I had, dreams like that as a kid. I had a quite, I've told you guys before, quite an active astral life that I was grappling with, trying to understand, all the things that was going on when I would go to sleep. It definitely seemed way more than just kind of going through memories of the day, and the idea of, excuse me, of that multi-layered thing, that waking up within a dream, thinking it's done, and then realizing, no, it's still some weird shit going on. I mean, that definitely is, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's definitely one of the things that helped me become lucid, become able to astral project. Just that idea of, wait, I thought I was already awake and then I'm not. That idea was just like something that made me want to find out more. Give me a second. I'm having cat issues. Buddy, get out.
Anybody with cats knows all about cat issues.
Yeah, he's been extra feisty lately too, I guess.
I bet the energy's affecting them. They're all three of them are all out of sorts. Yeah, just definitely a lot of looking around, dude. Oh my God. I don't know if 5G was intended on stirring up ghosts, but dude, every day they're tracking shit up, down, around. I'm looking, I'm tracking too, trying to see is there a bug, a moth, something, and it's never that kind of motion with their head. It's strictly just tracking like a person walking by or a person just kind of standing there. I can tell when they're after a moth or a bug, and they do a whole different activity, and they're jumping and they're pouncing and their paws are after it and they're trying to get it.
They get ready.
Yeah, but with this, they're just watching some shit and they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, dude, stop looking. I don't want to know that's behind me. So whatever is going on with us that's making these dreams crazy is definitely making them react to it as well. Yeah, definitely. But that idea, Josh, that you just threw at us was, it's something I've played with off and on over the years, even before, this last 6 or 7. This was something that, being that I had been in so many different types of realities. Literally, to me, it's that point, these are realities too. I go there, I do things, I accomplish things, I meet people, I see them again later when I go back. So to me, that's just like going somewhere. It became like I'm going somewhere, I'm going out, I'm headed out on an adventure. I know that when I head to bed. So, but the idea of different levels to it, developed over time. So at first, I guess the idea of it being just one big place I was going to, kind of like the metaverse or whatever the fuck they're wanting to build. But over time, you kind of learn, like, no, these are totally different places, totally different experiences, totally different levels. And so then your idea, okay, so you're right, we do get here and we're in this weird avatar trying to figure out how to touch those toes and throw them in our mouth, how to get over that crib edge and explore the rest of this new world, this whole learning experience that we keep doing throughout our life, hopefully, unless we vegetate out and give up on all that. But definitely the idea of progression, figuring it out, and then boom, you hit this wall of the next place, and you go there, and did we just do all this shit again? Is it just literally endless cycles of us working on these things, refining the salts, changing our
Well, it makes
essence?
me wonder, why do they make the whole birth, I'm still sleeping, folks, I'm sorry. But like when you're born, it's very traumatic. I mean, you come out, there's people in masks, it's got to be so alien to what we're supposed to be born into. You know, you're held by all these different people. You're not held by your mother all that much. You're poked and prodded. I think they put some kind of silver liquid drops in your eyes when you're born. I've heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically colloidal silver. Yeah.
So what, you know, do they make it so it's hard to remember? You know, because when you go through a traumatic experience, sometimes your brain will say, hey, you don't need to remember this.
Well,
Is that why we can't remember our births?
I
we
think
had a lady that kind of really got into that with us and traumatized the trauma of it and the traumatized state that we get put into by the things they do to us at birth, I think, are a whole clue to who's, you know, kind of in charge of the medical industry in the first fucking place. Of course, they don't want us to remember where we came from or what we are able to do and or what we're really here to do. And so let's do one of the most traumatic things possible to one of the most sensitive, centered places on a male anyway. I know that happens to females in certain countries too. It's not a habit here. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I got kind of lost there on all the crazy shit that went through my head thinking about that shit. Sorry. Oh, that was a hellacious show. We've got it like, where is the Janice one out, you think? 2 years back? 3 years back?
Well, we've been in COVID for 2 years, so probably 4.
Yeah, hell, or that to me, that's just like one day. That's
I know.
just one day because that wasn't even real.
Right? Didn't even really happen. Didn't count.
Not to me. It happened to a lot of dumb people, but yeah. Anyway. But yeah, definitely. Oh, man.
I do want to take a minute to give a quick shout out to all those truckers there in Canada and all of the 10,000 more truckers headed north to join them to block the roads and end these mask mandates and this bullshit going on. I saw Ian say that they're shutting down the traffic cameras just so the people can't see 70 kilometers. 70 kilometers worth of trucks blocking up the highway.
Wow, no, I didn't know anything about that. Thank you there, awesome. Angela Baby Carson, for throwing that our way. Capalicious, I'm just looking at chat now. I'm sorry I hadn't said hey to you guys.
Keep it going. All you men,
yeah, man, that's
out
amazing.
there behind those trucks, thank you. Keep it up. We are
Where you
behind
at, Travis? Give us a call if you're out there, man.
Angelo, out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Angelo, where you at, brother? Call us up.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's how things get done, really.
Yep.
You know, there's so many of us compared to them. This is how we do it. We use our numbers. We don't have to be violent. We just have to say no together. Imagine if the truckers had everybody else behind them. Imagine if everybody did it. Just for like a couple days, they would freak out. They wouldn't know what to do. They go there and their morning newspaper or whatever isn't there. I mean, it would be so easy if everybody all at once just said, nope, governments go away. So all of you, you're replaced. Goodbye. We're going to take care of this now on our own.
Angela just sent me some stuff on Facebook. She sent me a tweet from Quiggin Report podcast. As of 5:22 p.m. on Saturday, looks like today's 25, so Sunday. It says, breaking the number of truckers, family members, and supporters descending on Ottawa right now is estimated at 500,000 people and 50,000 trucks. That is fucking awesome. They've got a GoFundMe up there. Check out Freedom Convoy 2022. Canada-U.S. Freedom Convoy. Attention, Biden and Trudeau. We will take tyranny no more. January 29th at noon, Eastern Standard. Rendezvous at the border crossing points. Staying on the U.S. side. Shut down the border. Now, what's causing the supply chain? Was it COVID? No. Turns out It's the people trying to enforce all these mask mandates. Turns out they're overreaching and they've pissed us off. So if you want your supply chain to pick back up, do something with these fucks, because we've had about enough. That's good shit. That makes me so happy. I think this is the one I saw yesterday, maybe. The 10,000 truckers expected to be headed to Canada. Those not allowed inside will sit at the border. States involved are as follows: Kentucky, Tennessee, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. With Lisa Atkins. By the way, the convoy in Canada has made the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest convoy. God damn, that makes me happy.
We got ourselves a convoy.
Might need a little C.W. McCall before the day is through.
Man,
Oh, yeah,
set
better
Guinness
one
World Record. Got you, good buddy. 10-4, Roger Dodger.
For
Over
sure, by golly. Yeah, that's powerful shit, man. I'm glad to see that. Again, part of that waking up here that we're all trying to do ourselves and hopefully help some others along the way as we, oh, buddy, you got to watch it. Sorry, I've got a lap full of cat here. Anyway,
no sex in the champagne room. Just saying.
See, I feel like that lady. Shout out! I want to send the clip, the video. I've got a picture of the cat Kiefer. It's like, my God, that's how I feel this thing is half the time when he hops on me. But that thing's enormous.
Yeah, the Maine Coons. Maine Coons are fucking unreal.
I'll show it to you guys real quick there on my screen if you don't know. Look at that. That is nuts. That's what you're going to be, huh, buddy? Is that what you're going to be? Yeah, I would like to have one of those, man. That's pretty awesome. That's powerful stuff.
That's not a house cat, right?
It's a Maine Coon. There it is as a kitten 2 years ago.
Good Lord.
I know. When I saw that 2 years, you have hope, buddy. You're only like, what, 8 months old? You can get there. You can get there. He's halfway there, he said. That thing is nuts. Nuts.
And
all right,
that's a wild cat, though, right?
She bought it as a cat, as a kitten. So I'm guessing you can get them. They're out there.
Yeah, they're expensive as all hell, but you can buy yourself
I bet they weigh a bit. He weighs 26.5 pounds. Good God.
Do you have to have like a special license to have one of these? Is it considered a wild, like a wild cat?
I mean, if you could be a parent without a license, surely you can own a Maine Coon without a license.
Isn't that the irony, though? Anybody can like have a kid and mess it up, but it takes like special licenses to breed cats and etc. No, I'm just being silly. Let's see. Hey, super smart cat. I really don't see anything about a price anywhere. Let's find out, shall we? He's still Maine Coon. He is just being rambunctious.
Yeah, I mean, are those found like in Maine?
Come on, buddy.
Wild is what I'm saying. Like, is that
they're for sale. They're for sale. Stop, buddy. Stop. Now,
crazy. That is way too big to be a house cat.
Now,
way too.
Let's see. In Louisiana, they run you. There's no wait. 5 to 1,000 or 5 to 1,500. The rarer colors, better lineages, etc., bring higher prices. But yeah.
Dude, this has got to be like one of those Mandelas, because I could have sworn that like this one cat that they had mixed with some other kind of big cat was like the biggest house cat ever. And I'm saying bullshit. That thing's only 26 pounds.
See, the picture that she's got, that first one where she's holding it and it's like up on her, I don't believe that's real. Maine Coons are big. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some big Maine Coon pictures.
Big ones here, yeah.
But I don't know that they're that big. I've seen a lot of faked pictures of giant dogs and giant cats, and people are like, oh my God, look how big this one is. And like, nope, that's photoshopped.
Yeah, that looks bigger than Hank.
Oh, well, Maine Coon is probably going to be bigger than Hank. Maine Coon's probably about Esme sized.
All right, hold on a second.
Yeah, but Hank's more than 25 pounds. Hank was like 35 pounds.
Hang on. Let's check with the internet, right? The internet never lies. All right, so here we see one. It's pretty fucking huge. There's another one. It's pretty fucking nuts. Here's a lady with way too many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go and look up, the biggest this, the biggest that. I've never seen a house cat that
Here's
size.
one from a few years back called Lotus, who was the popular big cat at the time. Yeah, so I mean, I had already seen these because when I started doing research, when I got cats, I would see these going by in videos on YouTube and go, God, that's crazy. But that one she's got seemed just exceptional.
That cat
The way
could
she's
kill
holding
you.
it all stretched out.
See, Zach, that's mine too. It's one thing to have a kitty cat roaming around your house. It's another thing to have a cat that could murder you should it so desire.
Let me tell you a little story. I was visiting. I was in college, so I was out of state, and I was visiting and spending the night over at someone's house who had a new cat, and I mean a cat that had new kittens. And so there we are playing with the kittens, loving on the kittens. They're awesome. Mama's having a blast. Everybody's purring, and it was a blast. So then I went visiting other people, one of whom had new puppies. Oh, great. Puppy, 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 hey, puppy, all over me, puppy. Go back to the house with the cat. I walk in the door by the cat, get to the kitchen, and suddenly there is a demon attached to the back of my leg ass area trying to chew its way through my body. I rip this demon off me, which wraps itself around my arm and proceeds to shred it apart. I throw this thing across the fucking room. It jumps in the air at my face. I catch it with my arm, throw it down. It claws up the back of my leg. So, like, I almost got taken out by this female cat that was just a female cat. It wasn't big. It wasn't huge. It was just pissed that here's this dog smelling thing that's now suddenly got cat smell and dog smell, and here's the kittens, and she fucking lost her mind. I literally had to pick up a metal step chair and guard this cat, like hold it on the ground down to keep it off me while I got the owner to come get this fucking cat out of here before I kill it, because I was going to have to kill it. That's where it was at that point. So yeah, any cat can pretty much take you out. But that one, yeah, that one get mad at you. You're going to have a rough day. Hope you got a lot of tender vittles laying around. That's all I'm saying.
So look, it's like 4:24. Everybody should be good and stoned right now. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Martin Leadta there in chat, to Campbell Autodidactic there in chat, to Patricia Steer there in chat, Truth Unveiled 1123, Ian. I mean, we just got such an awesome group of people in there right now. Daz
Legend himself, awesome.
Daz sent us an email specifically for you, Zach. I have yet to get it to you. I told him I'd get it to you, but I have yet because I've been busy doing stuff. But I'm going to forward it to you. I hope you were thinking about exactly how best to get his hat finished, because he's working hard on getting your painting done. He gave us a quick little update. Like I said, I'll send it to you as soon as I get a chance. But
yeah, good. We're gonna have to get together, Daz, and I'll let you kind of make the design if you want. Tell me how you want it. If you wanted stripes or this or that, or if you wanted a certain type of hat, you want to have this or that. Yeah, because instead of doing, I mean, I can do just a plain beanie for you if you want. But yeah, man, if I like to put in the time and effort that when we trade stuff like this, I like to get as much intent and good. And that's another thing. I want to know what you want this hat to do while you're wearing it. I've been making my hats like they do in video games, where you go and make this, but you also can put this, spell, if you want to call it, a spell on it. But mine are all good, for the most part. all the hats I make, if there's no, special intent wanted, when you wear my hat, you'll be able to see through the bullshit. People cannot lie to you while you're wearing one of my hats. I mean, you can let them lie to you, but it's not going to work. You're going to get that little voice in your head's going to say, hey, yep, the hat just told me he's lying to you. Might not tell you the hat did it, but you'll know when someone's lying to you. I've done other ones, with other intent put into them, but yeah, so we'll definitely have to get together, Daz, and I'll get on that right away.
And look at that.
Well, look at what we did.
That's first segment down.
That's crazy because we just got here.
I know.
Hey, we'll do it again in 30 or 4:30. I'll shut up. How about that?
Just got here and didn't say anything. We'll be back.
When you hear the word attack, the word attack is not, you don't feel low. It's a cut. It's attack. Yeah. Attack means you got a target. Attack. You going to destroy. You going to handle whatever it is you need to handle. So for me, I'm attacking every part of what affects a child's life. So the leaders that are in the school, if they're not exhibiting the right qualities that they need to exhibit, I'm attacking them. I'm challenging them. If the leaders in the home are not exhibiting the qualities that they need to exhibit to help nurture this child, I'm attacking them. I'm attacking them in a way that I'm helping them, but I'm attacking them. I'm there to help you out. That's my mission. I'm ready to attack this problem that you're facing. Let me help you out. And then I'm attacking the students as well. I'm attacking their ability or lack of ability to challenge themselves to be better.
Hey everyone, it's Chris Gio, founder of Truth Frequency Radio and host of Beyond the Veil. The mainstream media and establishment are running scared right now, and they've prominently featured truthfrequencyradio.com as number 89 on the federal government's hit list, also known as the fake news list, which is essentially a list of sites slated for censorship on Facebook, YouTube, Google, and other social media. Now is the time for you to get involved. Share your favorite TFR shows far and wide on forums and social media. Tell your friends and family about your favorite shows. If you're a business owner, get in touch with us to feature your product or service right here on TFR. And if you haven't done so already, become a TFR supporter now and get unlimited commercial-free downloads in high quality. Visit truthfrequencyradio.com/sign up. Thank you for making TFR the leader in independent and uncensored talk radio. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
For 5,000 years, the world was ruled with wooden ships by one man. 242 years ago, a small group of free men crafted a new nation built on liberty and freedom. Global elites have been fighting to destroy this new nation called America ever since. Based on actual events, Charm of Favor tells a true story of how they corrupted the election system. They infiltrated federal agencies and murdered witnesses, judges, and even presidents to keep from being caught. Now, the largest and wealthiest crime syndicate the world has ever known has been drawn out of the shadows. They have killed hundreds of Americans and recently attempted to assassinate half our congressmen. Still, they escape arrest through an almost supernatural charm of favor. Read Charm of Favor and be prepared to open your eyes to what may lie just around the corner. Charm of Favor is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
This is a rubber duck. You got a copy on me, Big Ben? Come on. Yeah, 10-4, Big Ben, for sure. By golly, it's clean, clear to flag tune. Come on. And yeah, we definitely got the front door, good buddy. Mercy sakes alive, looks like we got us a convoy.
Sorry, welcome back. I
Dr.
was
Moon on the 6th of June,
right.
Ken hauling logs.
Cab over
Cab
Pete
over
with a
Pete
reefer
with the
on.
reefer on, and Jimmy
Hauling
hogs.
hogs.
We was headed for Bear, and I went over about a mile out of Shaky Town. I lost that.
I was just already getting ready to get lost and just sit here and watch the video, listen to some C.W. McCall, realize how little of a trucker he actually seems like.
Yeah, that
Like
was
he's
a
just an
creative
actor.
person. He's not real. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that about old CW. That was it was like one of the early boy bands, just strictly created for its own thing. It wasn't like a dude that was a singer that's like, hey, I'm gonna write these songs. Hopefully one day I'll be famous. And so, yeah, I think we talked about this back in the day. Actually, I was looking through some stuff yesterday, trying to find some pictures to make a video, and I saw like a section with his stuff in it. So I know we had talked about it on the show at some point way back. But yeah.
I had a.
I'm back in chat again. That's what happened. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I thought of this movie. I've been trying to think of good old movies for Bob and Cammy to watch that they maybe haven't seen. Because I've been, movie buff since I was born, pretty much, with my mom. She's always been into the movies. But there was this one movie, and for Bob and Cammy, it can't be, dumb. They like that intellectual humor, and not a lot of gore and violence or anything like that. Just feel good type movie. So I thought of The Gods Must Be Crazy. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, Campbell and Chat that's what made me do it. Campbell and Chat. I went because there's a part in there where they're going through a big giant banana tree plantation. All the bananas are growing up now. I wish I would have went back and watched it like a year ago and seen. But Cammy remembers them all growing down. From either Hawaii or Mexico or wherever they were. She said they used to have like a timeshare thing that they would go and stay a couple weeks out of the year. And there was a banana tree there. And she remembers those bananas growing down. And she was like, well, are there different types of bananas? And I was like, well, Campbell had, it's like in his backyard. It's not like it's a different tree or a different type of banana. So, but The Gods Must Be Crazy. Well, you had to have seen that movie.
Oh yeah, I did.
No?
I saw it. Yeah. I did. Years ago when I
How
was
about you, Josh? Did you ever see that one? It's an oldie.
Are you not
It's like
hearing
from
me,
the
Zach?
70s.
Yeah. Can you not
Yeah,
hear
I
us?
hear you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We
I'm
had
sorry.
both
I just
answered into the
hit
affirmative.
my cord a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Josh. I just heard Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No, it's been a minute, but I've definitely seen it.
But yeah, the beginning is the greatest part, I think, in my opinion. I mean, the whole movie's funny. It's about this tribe of Aborigines that believe that the white people are the gods. And one day they throw a Coke bottle out the window. And it's the hardest thing, this glass, I guess. The Central Africa doesn't have a lot of rocks laying around and stuff like that. Didn't know that. Don't know if that's true. But in the movie, like this glass bottle is the hardest thing that these people had ever seen. And in their tribe, they found all kinds of uses for it. Smashing stuff, decorating things with the circle on top. Just all kinds of neat stuff. And but the tribe started fighting over it because there's only one, right? So he tries to take it and throw it back up to the gods, and they throw it back down to him. And then eventually he goes to take it to the end of the earth. And that's what the movie's about. Him trying to get rid of this Coke bottle so it doesn't haunt his tribe anymore. But at the very beginning, they're talking about civilized man. Now these Aborigines, they make everything from scratch themselves. They've never seen, a wrench or anything like that. And their life seems so simple. They get up, they collect their water, they go and find some food, they hang out, they work together, it's like a little tribe. But then they show civilized man 600 miles to the south, where he's made his life so complicated and against nature that your children have to spend like 15 years of schooling, 12 to 15 years of schooling, just to be able to survive in this complicated world we've built up around us, this dangerous place with all this crazy, heavy moving machinery and all this stuff flying by and whizzing by. And we've made it so complicated that we have to follow he's talking about a clock. He's like, when the little box says 730, the man has to get up and go to this other building, where he has to do this for so many hours before he gets his first. And but it's explaining how, we've made this world so complicated. Does it really need to be this way? I don't know. Just go watch that movie.
I'll have
make you
to.
start
It's been
thinking
like
about a lot
way
of
too
stuff.
long
Yeah.
since I saw it. Literally, probably a teenager, early teens, whatever. When it came out on VHS, it made the rounds. It seemed that like all of my older family were all like loving it and wanting us all to see it. And when we younger generation sat down to watch it, we were all kind of like, okay, yeah. And we didn't quite get it. I guess it was a little slapsticky for me at the time, but it definitely seems to have some hidden stuff. Now, I just want to throw this out there because, I can remember my dad growing an attempt at a banana tree in his backyard, and I can remember some little tiny things popping out on it, and they didn't really ever get really overly big. And then me not living with my father, I lived with my mom as they were divorced when I was a kid. Uh, I never got to the point of seeing the fully developed tree. So whether they got big enough to eat and started growing in a different way, I don't know or remember. I was really young at that time, probably about 10 or 11. I know there's a lot about bananas that a lot of people don't get or understand, the whole thing about the genetic line and how there's basically just this one that we eat now and how it's going to get wiped out soon. And how not long ago in history, there was a totally different banana that would have been what you went and bought at the store. In fact, that's why fake banana candy tastes so fucking nasty and gross to you now. It's actually based off of the flavor of that banana we used to eat as a culture, which was then replaced once it got wiped out because of the way it's harvested and grown, not like nature, but like harvesting as a farm. So that basically eventually destroys them. And that's going to happen with the current one we have. In fact, the next banana they have lined up for us is going to be more crispy, not as sweet. I'm not thrilled. I'm not fucking thrilled because banana is my favorite fruit. And as a young kid, I learned that you eat a banana the other way. If you watch a monkey eat a banana, they peel it from the end, not from the stem end, but from the pointed end, I guess, if you will. I don't know. I'm just going on and on and on because I think, you know, I think this is just one of those things, again, that some people have seen them growing at certain stages, and at certain stages they seem to be hanging down. But at other stages, once they start maturing, they point up. It's a change that happens on the plant over time. I don't know. I could be just talking out of my head, but it just seemed like a big another thing to distract a lot of folks. There's blue bananas that taste like fucking ice cream out there. Did you know that? I'm just saying, there's a lot about bananas people don't get and know. So just this whole thing seems to be, and here I am talking about it. So I guess it got me distracted, didn't it? Shut up. Y'all go on. I'll stop.
Yeah, but with Campbell, it's not like it was, this is his tree.
I know, that's why I don't know what to say about this, because I know there's also plantains out there. I know there's also, you know what I'm saying? There's just a whole lot of possible. Oh, wait, what's going on in the chat? I just saw somebody agreeing with my wild ass. Oh, what's up, Austin? And I know I heard Campbell, or I saw him typing about it not long ago, too. So, I know we've got all kind of people that have different opinions about this. Anyway, I didn't want to make up a whole segment on freaking bananas. I just know they're fucking nuts. They're crazy fruit all the way around. Now I want a banana. Damn it. Go grab one.
Yeah, Hank and Min love bananas. Not so much Hank. I think Hank eats them because Minion does. Because when Min's not around, he'll like drop it. But yeah, Minion will eat anything. Minion's like Mikey. He'll try anything.
I read that cats can have bananas too, and we just so happen to have a bag of dried banana slices. And just at that point, had no fruit handy here in the house. So I thought, let me see. So I grabbed a handful and offered it, and they all took it, and only the boy, Spot there, seemed to be enjoying it. They all kind of licked on it and got it wet and didn't really get it, and they just left it alone. But he enjoyed it and kept going at it. And then, a few days later, got some bananas. They don't seem to be excited about the actual soft fruit at all. And then I get up one morning and all the bananas have been bitten. Like all the peels have cat teeth marks in them. So I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Do they want it or not? When I offer it to them, they don't seem excited. When they're just sitting here, they go after the peel. So maybe it's the peel they want, not the inner fruit. I don't know. Welcome to the Cat Banana Show here on Iron Realm Media.
Little cruel summer for you, because around here it's a real Bananarama.
Oh my God.
Bananarama.
I get you. I got you. Sorry, everybody. We'll try to steer this away to something else. Help. Help. And the crickets set in. All right, we've done cats, we've done bananas. What other show can we have?
I'm sorry, I was muted.
I know, and that's fine. I struggle for a.
So this is just in.
Topic. Uh-oh.
An NCAA facilitator resigns over organization's updated transgender participation policy. Wow, that's a lot of transgender participation policy. So Dorian Reed Debussy, PhD, one of the 54 facilitators in the NCAA Division III LGBTQ1 team program, resigned after a new policy was implemented around transgender participation. So what's the change?
What's the change?
Updated. Okay, so NCAA, she put out a resignation letter protesting the NCAA's updated transgender. Okay, I'm deeply troubled. This is in quotation marks. I'm deeply troubled by what appears to be a devolving level of active, effective, committed, and equitable support for gender diverse student athletes within the NCAA's leadership. As a non-binary, trans-feminine person, I can no longer, in good conscience, maintain my affiliation with the NCAA.
Deuces.
What did they do? Okay, the NCAA notes that their updates, this is what she wrote now, updated policy still mandates rigid testing schedules for endocrine levels, while the IQC's updated policy strongly emphasizes the importance of bodily autonomy, blah, blah, blah. He added that the NCAA also notes that their updated policy defers to relevant policies of the governing bodies for each individual sport, while also not setting a clear and direct expectation for a trans-inclusive environment. Trans-inclusive? I mean, there's not enough trans people to have your own sports.
Right. That's what it should be. I have no problem with trans athletes competing in collegiate sports. Get a team together and fucking compete. But don't try to be born a guy and then decide you want to start competing against females and then act like you've accomplished something when you're smashing all the records, destroying all your competition. And like, oh my God, look at me. I have a huge unfair advantage and I'm winning with it, and think that you've done something. Maybe you should go compete with 15 other athletes that were born as male and are transitioning to female. Go compete against them. And if there's not, then sorry, find a different sport. Or as Campbell says, just go play with yourself.
It's on a sport by sport basis. So, I mean, I don't know. Can you think of a sport where a guy, you know, an average man wouldn't beat an average woman? I'm sure there's sports out there that are more, I don't know. Not
Okay,
so
so
much
let's talk about biology. Okay, so here's how male and female. I'll stop. I'm being an ass because this whole thing to me has been the most ludicrous mind fuckery that has happened to this world. Pretty much, yet. One, I see autodidactic with his clown world in the chat. Yes, sir. That's exactly it. You're trying to put mental normalcy into a person who decided that, yeah, I'm not what I was born as, so let me change myself. That's, you know, to say, oh, well, then how can this person go about going logically that I'm going to beat these women? Because he's a fucking psycho in the first place. I'm going to stop or get us in trouble.
And after I've decided that I'm not going to accept me for who I am, that I need to be somebody else, now you have to accept that person for who they are. By God. Because it'd be really, really mean if you didn't accept me for who I say I am. Because it's different than who I was when I was born, because I didn't accept me as that person. I didn't like the me then. So I transitioned to a me that feels right. So you don't have the option to not be accepting. Because I wasn't accepting. So you don't get to be accepting. Shit just boggles my mind. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. When you don't know who you are.
Dude, look, I love people to death. And I'm all about inclusiveness with open love. But when your decisions affect my life and my household and my fucking grandbabies, then no, we got to talk. We got to have a discussion about the reality of the fucking thing that's between your legs. Oh, see, I knew it was going to get bad. I'm going to stop.
I know what it's like to not know who you are. To see what society tells you to be, what you're pressured into being, and knowing deep down that that's not right, that none of it feels right. But then to look to different society to tell you to become just a different version of what you didn't like before. Don't actually change yourself. Change how you look. Change how you present yourself. Put a different jacket cover on. Put another book cover on. Change your clothes. Then you'll be somebody different. I mean, that's that crazy woman mentality who has to get that different hair color every 2 weeks to match the personality. You don't know who you are, so you just, if I need to be this, and I guess I'll just go through the motions. I'll fake it till I make it, and maybe then I'll fit in, and maybe then I'll start to feel like I'm supposed to feel. It'll feel natural. But none of them are realizing that it's all of society. Turn the fucking television off and go spend 2 weeks out in the woods and tell me you think you're a fucking born a man and you're transitioning to a woman. Nobody gives a fuck out in the woods. The only reason you think that is because you think somebody else gives a fuck. Otherwise, it would not matter to you. If you were left on your own to survive, if you were Tom Hanks left with nothing but Wilson on a desert island, do you think Wilson gives a shit if you don't feel like you were born a man even though you were born a man? No, you're just trying to survive. This is what the complicatedness of modern society and the conveniences that we've established is just way too much fucking time on our hands.
You think fucking comfort has made us all idiot fucks? Is that possible? Oh man, I am irate today. I better turn off my mic again.
And we only do have about 5 minutes before we bring an end to this first
I'm
half
gonna
of the
have a
second
little
half.
calming
Second half of
herbal
the first half.
supplementary during the break. I'm gonna get a new coffee. I'm gonna take a breath because, as I said, dude, I love people. I love people. I'm really upset about how upset I get about this. But like I said, you know, you do your thing. I don't give a shit what you do, but don't bring it to my family and my babies, my grandkids. Because, dude, if I had kids in school right now, I'd be in the news every fucking day. Okay, break's got to get me out of here.
So here's one. I love this. So the state of New York, which I guess Sarah Palin was able to go and have dinner in a New York restaurant without being tested. Couldn't read the article because it was the New York Times and you got to have their subscription and blah, 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 all that bullshit. But yeah, they were saying how she dined at a New York restaurant without a vac card, without any of that stuff, without even being tested. So it's not for she, it is for thee. Okay? We got to get that. These people are like royalty now. If you're a politician, you don't have to abide by the laws. Well, there were businesses, because this is going on in the city of New York, that, you know, nobody's going to any of these places to eat. They're doing, even though they're open, they're doing shit for business. So they decided, hey, I'm going to sell my martinis for 25 cents. And the state decided, nope, you can't do that. They found out they were doing it and said, no. We don't care if your sales are so low that, you know, you're struggling and going to be run out of business. Nope, we're not going to allow that. So and this is in the West Side, the West Village. Booze specials that packed them in ran afoul of state law that forbids discount of more than 50% off normal prices.
So change your prices.
It was packed. It broke the internet, it said.
These are my new normal prices.
was.
This is the new normal, fuck. Get used to it. They're just a third of the price that they used to be. My new normal prices. Maybe tomorrow I'll have different new normal prices. Go fuck yourself. Sorry, Walt's got me fired up.
God, wouldn't that be horrible?
That's why Walt's mic is muted. I apologize there in chat. Walt won't be saying anything else till he gets a big fat cup of coffee in here in a second.
Their regular price for a martini was $9. And they tried to drop it to 25 cents. That's how bad businesses are doing in New York.
Well, I'll tell you what grocery stores are doing. They're fucking raping us all. It's ridiculous, the increase in prices that has happened over the last month. I watched distilled water go from 80 cents a gallon to $1.48 a gallon. I watched, well, let's not get into my shopping list, but just items that literally a month ago were in the in like the low $1.20 area are now in the $5 fucking range.
Yeah.
Here I go ranting again.
I knew it. I even said it even 2 weeks ago that this huge inflation was coming to the grocery stores. That across the board, there were a few areas where the prices were rising due to the inflation and supply chain issues. But I'd heard a while back that starting this month is when just across the board, 20% increased of all the prices in the grocery store. 20% increase. Boggles my mind.
That's crazy.
But I do believe that's going to bring us here real close to the end. Only about 60 seconds.
And look, again, I feel like I need to apologize again because I got really irate and I'm probably hurt some people's feelings. And that's the last thing I want to do because, dude, I'll take myself out of my way to not hurt people's feelings because I feel those feelings when I hurt those people's feelings. So I have lots of friends who do a lot of crazy things, cross-dress. I just feel like I need to shut the fuck up and go have some coffee and a bowl of coffee.
Coffee and a bowl of coffee. Fucking A. That's the way to do it. Anyway, this is the Ironworx here on Truth Frequency Radio. We're also on YouTube's. Yeah. Odyssey, G Live, Facebook, Twitter.
I've never seen a diamond.
This is the end of the first half of the Ironworx. Is that right? Yeah, we already did one break. Into the first half. Stick around, and we shall be right back. Hour number 2 coming up right after this.
No postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, gray goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, made back diamonds on your tongue.
In today's modern media. From the mainstream to YouTube and Google, the information you're looking for is buried by official narratives and propaganda. This is why TFR is 100% uncensored, unregulated, and listener-supported. The shows on TFR are not micromanaged by the station, and our hosts are free to speak their minds however they please. As such, the views and opinions expressed on our station are of those who make them. If you happen to hear anything offensive on TFR, please send us an email to toughtitty@tfrlive.com, and we'll be happy to tell you that we really don't give a damn. We stand for freedom of speech and non-censorship. If you also stand for free speech, you can go to tfrlive.com/sign-up and sign up for a TFR supporter pass and help us in our mission to keep the airwaves uncensored and unregulated. TFR Live, your uncensored and unregulated protection from deception.
I feel like you're trying to get out of bounds.
I go hard. I go hard, hard. If I was soft, I would not have gotten this hard. I go hard. I go hard. I go hard.
I'm familiar.
Yes, you are. I say, sit down, everybody. And they don't sit down. They refuse to sit down. They don't sit down. Sit down, everybody. And they don't sit down. They refuse to sit down. They don't sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Down. They refuse to sit down. They don't sit down. If I don't go all the way, if I don't win, it'll be a mistake. A complete waste of energy and money and money and money and money and money, money, money. If I don't look back and say, I wish I didn't do this or that, I'm not stupid. It's a fact. I never had a drink. The thing that gets me in trouble is the retweet or some other tweet. I respond to what they did to me. I'm gonna fight back. It's not one way to treat. I go hard. I go hard, hard. If I was soft, I would not have gotten this hard. I go hard. I go hard. I go hard.
I'm familiar.
Yes, hard, hard.
Mr. Trump, some have suggested that you refuse to release your tax returns because of your extreme privacy concerning your hobbies.
Yes.
So can you confirm or deny this list of personal pastimes?
Yeah, I guess so.
Fingerboarding,
I go hard.
Minecraft,
I go hard.
podiatry,
I go hard.
hacky sack,
I go hard.
balloon animal,
I go hard.
breeding cats,
I go hard.
CrossFit,
Waste of time.
coloring,
I go hard.
doing Zumba,
I go hard.
water polo,
I go hard.
playing tuba, spray tan,
I go hard.
driving Uber,
I go hard.
putting together a bed frame from IKEA,
Waste of time.
while you're sequencing the entire human genome.
Waste of time. Waste of time.
Cytosine,
Waste of time.
guanine,
Waste of time.
adenine,
Waste of time.
thymine,
Waste of time.
all the means.
Waste of time.
You must unite what has been set aside.
We are TFR, Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. Here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet.
The Earth is flat.
It's
It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on The Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royal. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworx, right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFR Live.com. Oh, Flat Fact in chat says there is a parody of that song from the Aussies. I think it's called Bogans. If it's called Bogans, I'm going to have to go listen to that.
Yeah, he dropped the link there in chat. How was your break, everybody? Mine was awesome.
You feeling better, Walt?
Hello, everybody, again.
Well, this one should make you laugh.
I see something funny. Real quick, before you go anywhere else, Hack in chat says, apparently the new James Webb telescope has reached its destination 1 million miles from Earth. It got there in a month. And now we'll begin to use its mirrors to look back in time. 13.7 billion years into the past. That's just stunning shit, man. I am science hard right now. I am like.
And it only cost $10 billion. And that's the seal. Wait, though. But wasn't it supposed to be like 500 million when they first started building it? They ran into a hiccup or two. But yeah, 10 billion, that's worth it to see back in time. So we all know how much I love the Tesla Cybertruck, right?
Right. Bulletproof windows and all.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be coming out here in March of this year. Start shipping them out, right? Well, Tesla delays Cybertruck to early 2023, says their report. Wah, wah, wah. But Elon has promised to share an official roadmap later this month.
Here, it's a Rand McNally. Enjoy. As soon as you get your truck, you'll be able to use this to go 250 miles in any direction.
So it says Tesla's never been fantastic at meeting deadlines. Yeah, no shit. So it's not too surprising that the company's ambitious electric pickup, the Cybertruck, is running a little late. A little late? Didn't we see the first one in like 2018? It's been 5 years. That's not a little late.
Don't they hand build Ferraris like individually one at a time and it takes less?
Yes. Well, did a little looking up, and if you just go look up electric cars or electric vehicles of 2022, let's see, we have Porsche, Volvo, Hyundai, Tesla, Audi, Chevy, Tesla, Audi, Rivian, Mercedes, Tesla, Hyundai, GMC, BMW, Toyota, Ford, Jaguar, Kia, Chevy, Audi, Hyundai, Ford, Polestar, Lucid, Mini, Nissan, Volkswagen, BMW, Tesla, Mazda, Rivian, Volvo, Ford. So those are all the different, from all the different companies, the electric vehicles you can buy in 2022. Where is the chip shortage? Why are the Tesla trucks not being sold?
Doing science, doing science, doing science.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. They said it was because of a chip shortage, but Tesla's got 4 new vehicles coming out this year. Do they not have any of these? Are these magical chips that the truck uses? You know, do they have to wait for the unicorn to grow more hair to build the microchips, to weave its mane into these, magical microchips? I don't get it.
You have to milk them. That's the key.
Oh,
you know how hard it is to milk a unicorn?
Well, yeah, because it comes out of its
Whoa,
horn,
whoa,
right?
whoa, whoa. We all know where unicorn milk comes from, Zach.
Oh, God. But yeah, there's all these electric vehicles. Don't they all use microchips and all this new technology? How are and 4 of them were from Tesla. So I don't get their reasoning. Well, we don't have the capability of putting them on the production line right now because we don't have parts. But you're making vehicles, right? And this is like the wanted truck, supposedly. I think nobody wants this.
Who wants this? Exactly. Who the fuck
They're waiting
wants
to get to 1,000 sales at least before they make this thing, put it out there. Because they don't want to, put it out there and have 7 people driving them around the United States.
Well, I bet you a lot of the people that bought his flamethrower will buy his truck.
Oh, yeah, the ones that can afford it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these low testosterone beta males, I think, will really feel like they are masculine if they drive this truck. It'll make them feel like they're really virtue signaling to all sorts of people. And I think the women that are born women and transitioning to men, I think it'll make them feel more masculine as well. So this is what a real man would do.
I could see like Barbie or Dora the Explorer riding around in that thing. That's what I see when I look at it.
You know what I see? It looks like an old school G.I. Joe Cobra vehicle.
It does. Wow. Oh my goodness, it does.
Like I'd expect little running boards with foot pegs on there so you could stage your G.I. Joes up on the side.
The foot pegs.
Look. Elon found his notebook from high school, and he always wanted that truck when he drew it at the age of 12. That's what it looks like to me, like something you would have sketched when you were about 12, trying to figure out how to draw a car, and you didn't quite have it down. Your perspective was a little off. You couldn't get that quite right. Yeah, it's got 4 wheels and some doors, but is it really a vehicle? That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, that's what you park out in front of your big box house and the little sun with the rays coming
you
out.
Got the little tree with the curl at the top. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you were to take a cartoon drawn vehicle by a 5-year-old and run it through Unreal Engine, that's what you get is Tesla's truck.
Well, apparently for those of you who are tired of waiting for your full-size one, you can get a 1:64 scale rechargeable radio controlled one.
Oh my goodness.
Your very own.
How much do those cost?
$22.99.
Oh,
warehousey place you could probably find it on. Oh, and it's made by Hot Wheels. Oh, where's my fucking credit card?
That and some Tannerite sounds like some good fun. $22, that's nothing.
Nope, that's $22 well spent right there. Even if you just take it out there.
That's pretty small.
Paint it yellow. Take it out to the field. Let your buddies practice shooting at a moving target. You can drive it around trying to avoid getting shot.
Oh, yeah. Fun at Karen B's house.
$22.
Oh, that sounds like fun. So, I guess the space shuttle smelled quite bad when ground crews got aboard after a flight. A NASA contractor explains why. I mean, we haven't had a shuttle program in how long? And now this is coming out?
Did they
This
have
is
like
kind of
maybe
a
a
nasty
beta version of that groin suction cup thingy they use now? Maybe that's what it was. They were still
We should have
getting
put the
that.
air purifier right next to that. So it says NASA's shuttle fleet achieved numerous firsts and opened up space to more people than ever before during the space shuttle program, 30 years of missions. The space shuttle, officially called Space Transportation System, or the STS, began its flight career with Columbia rolling off Launch Pad 39A, blah, 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 in 1981. Atlantis flew the final one in 2011. So, like, right around exactly 30 years. 2.5 million moving parts, it says. I don't know why they're telling you that. Okay. Where's the part where they talk about how bad they smell? Okay, come on. Answer to this question is yes, in all capital letters. When you ask, does it smell bad? After landing, the operating capacity of environmental control system was somewhat reduced by virtue of the vehicle no longer being in a vacuum. This reduced the effectiveness of the conditioning and odor removal of the cabin air. What? So, wait, I don't, okay, never mind. We'll get past that. What is the
So is
outside?
that why they drilled a hole in the ISS? Because it just smelled like
feet and assholes.
booties
Yeah.
up there, right?
The robot did it because it smelled so bad. The
So
robot
just
couldn't
suck a little
take.
bit of that old toilet out.
It says all fresh food and wet trash stored in the vehicle, as well as other things, began to get pretty rank after a while. In the cases that I'm aware of, the vehicle was completely powered down somewhere between 45 minutes and 1 hour after landing due to exhaustion of the onboard coolant working fluid.
Well, I thought it just glided down from upper atmosphere anyway, so it couldn't have been shutting down that whole way down and cut down on some of that shutdown time.
It said the ammonia. Once the ammonia was depleted, the environmental system shuts down.
Oh, I see.
Because you wouldn't put enough ammonia on there to have it run the whole time.
Oh no, you wouldn't plan ahead for damn sure.
That's
You
crazy.
would fly by the mere
Yeah.
edge of it working. You'd want to keep everything right there.
Or shut it down about an hour before, it's supposed to last. That's about right.
I mean, the
you don't just wait.
cost of
We got to send,
payload alone.
gorilla
Right.
suits up there.
Dude, that's what I was going to say.
Cars.
You burn up suit, you got to send another one, and you got to do things. So, yeah.
Okay. So the stagnant air in the crew module was in really bad shape before very long. So they're saying it shut down about a half hour. And in that half hour, the smell got so horrible that, they're saying that it didn't stop until after they landed. Having said that, the vehicle only had something like a half hour of ammonia remaining after coming to a stop on a typical landing. So there's nobody in there. The thing is still running, right? So how does the air start smelling so bad if there's nobody in there and your air conditioning system is still running a half hour after it lands? I don't understand this. And then you stop the article there. Are you kidding me? Well, this was definitely not written by a human being. Yeah, that's the end of the landing. Moore concludes the stagnant air in the crew module was in really bad shape before very long. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's saying that it shut down between 45 minutes and an hour after landing. So what made the place smell like shit? Did someone leave a diaper on board? I don't know. This is just a dumb
I think
article.
we're circling back to that groin mitt thing that they all use intermittently amongst themselves when they're relieving bodily functional type grossitudes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would, be gross. Especially that early version, because I know they've got it down now. I've seen it. I've seen it in the videos. They just reach over and grab it barehanded to show it to people on tour. Reach back over and hang it back up, going about their tour, touching all surfaces in the.
She's touching that thing, and then she's touching her face and her hair, and oh my goodness!
Shout out Tommy real quick. I saw that super chat, sir, for those glasses. And everyone, if you didn't see the latest Platter Kit show over there, go check it out. I'll drop a link in a second. It was awesome. Awesome, Tommy. And the Kakalaki
favorite one.
crew. Yeah, I laughed. Let me get it. I'll drop it 1 second.
So according to China's rover, the moon's backside is surprisingly sticky.
Did they ever get to that shack yet and find out who's there?
Yeah, it wasn't really shaped like that.
Damn it. I had hopes that that would be like where the cheese was.
Well, that's what happens when you use, what is
Shack.
it, 144p quality, and you're trying to look at shit. Yeah, everything looks like Super Mario Brothers when you use quality like that. Okay, yeah, they even get to this in this. Okay, this should be good. Less than a week after it uncovered the hilariously anticlimactic origins of the moon cube, China's announcing a new discovery from its lunar rover. The backside of the moon is surprisingly sticky. Oh my goodness. The lunar regolith soil, basically on the moon's far side, which always faces away from the Earth, is stickier than the soil on the visible near side. I bet it's just gravity. The moon and Earth's gravity added up together, pulling on that far side. The team reached the findings after noticing that chunks of lunar soil kept sticking to the rover's wheels. They believe this might be because the surface on the far side resembles dry sand and sandy loam on Earth. Now, doesn't dry sand not stick to your tires like that?
It's also hard to make an impression in very dry sand or tiny, loose, regolithic type gravelly substances. They have to have a bit of moisture in there for that print to actually stay, especially with those hard, ridged prints that those boots allegedly were making. But I digress. You go right ahead, sir.
It says, at the same time, the far side of the moon features many more craters than the near side. That's likely due to a number of factors, including that the Earth helps shield the lunar surface from certain impacts. Yeah, because we're always getting hit,
Except
right?
for all those that we see that are facing us 90 degrees up from us or out from us.
It hit, the near side appears to have had, so not have, but have had a lot more volcanic activity in its past that got rid of many craters. Oh. Okay. China's recent Chang'e 5 mission uncovered relatively recent volcanic activity on the lunar surface, although it still occurred roughly 2 billion years ago. Oh my goodness. It's undoubtedly awesome. that lunar missions are still uncovering new and surprising data about the moon. Mysterious cube-shaped objects aside, it only creates even more hype for future exploration like NASA's Artemis mission. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it, NASA. So do you guys think they're even going to try it? Do you think they will ever try to fake the moon landing again? I think they've got a good out, as in, the way the country's going right now. An economic collapse, they could just shut down NASA tomorrow if really need be. They don't ever have to actually try to get back to the moon. They can just keep saying that they're going to go. I mean, we've been going back to the moon since the 80s. That's almost 40 years now that they've been telling us and kicking the can down the road. If it works, why fix it? Why change it?
Space is hard.
I don't think they're ever going to try it. I think they know there's too many eyes picking apart every second of every video they put out. I'd give it not even a day, probably an hour, if that. And there would be people pointing out, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. I don't think they're going to try it. They'd have to shut down the internet again and go back to like newspapers. It's just my opinion, though. They might, but I don't see it. What about you, Josh? You think they're going to try it?
Probably not the U.S. It'll probably be somebody else. I think our time has come. I think we'll let somebody else do the next one, but they'll probably try to fake it again. Yeah, I bet you they do. I bet you that they're going to have a whole series of faked landings. I bet you they'll fake a Mars landing.
Well, don't forget, China just created the ability to do a foot square area of moon with fake fake gravity, a sixth of the Earth. So if they can just extrapolate that out to, like 6 or 8 feet, then whoo. I see a lot of new folks there in chat and a lot of folks I haven't seen in a while. I love you guys. I can't start naming you all because it'll take forever. And we love the fact that you were here. Man, look at that trucker, that sexy trucker that just pulled up. He must have had his ears burning earlier. We were just shouting out all the truckers earlier, Travis. Glad to see you in chat. Look, now I'm naming people. Damn it.
You heading north, Trav?
Now I gotta say everybody. Okay, Angela, baby. No, I'll stop. Real quick, if you missed Friday's show, holy crap. You sorry, I just saw Travis in chat again. Damn it. All right, so if you missed Friday's show, thank you. I see Voynich right there in chat. Martini and Rossi himself. Martin Leedke was here earlier. He may still be about. And we made a new friend, Lindsay. Damn it, is that it?
I'm pretty sure that's right. Yes.
Yep.
Did I remember? Look at me.
Yep, look
Lindsay was a new friend that we had hop in and hang out with us. So yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. Go check it out if you somehow missed it. It was really epic, to say the least. Oh wow, I just went and looked at it to make sure I had that name right. And yeah, we had some views on that one. Thank you guys. That's amazing. Thank you.
Crazy? That's like 1,500 views.
It's 1,600 right
now.
Is it 16 now? It's like, oh wow, okay. That's usually like a 600 is a good viewing for us. I'm like, wow, hey, thank y'all. Damn it, that's awesome.
And we usually get stuck. Well, we've been stuck since maybe November.
Yep, we beat it. We beat the stuck.
Beat the stuck. It was like 3950s is where I think is where it was. And we'd gain some, we'd lose some, but that's where it would stick. And I couldn't even break free. For months, it hovered right around there. And then after Friday's show, we finally broke the 4,000 subscriber mark here on the Iron Realm Media YouTube channel. So that's a thing. We'll see how long YouTube lets us keep it. We're 30 over. It's like 4,030 right now. We'll see how many they start shaving
we get past it far enough, they can't pull us back, right?
That's true. That they can only pull us back so far.
Haven't subbed, hit that button, get us past that hump. Dang it, look at us begging for subs. Anyway, I dropped the link for Tommy's show earlier. I'll drop it again. Definitely go enjoy that one as well. There's oodles of great content makers there in our chat. Just start clicking those buttons and look at all of it.
Look at all of it. Just look at it.
Got it.
Look at it. Look at it.
And that's going to be the end of the first half of the second half of the Ironworks right here on Truth Frequency Radio. We will be right back as we wrap it up for the final 30 minutes. God knows where the hell we're going to end up. They may be fast, but we tend to cover some ground. Anyway, stick around. We'll be back.
You see, discipline is a result of having a reason to be disciplined. And when you don't have a reason to be disciplined, if you're just being disciplined for discipline's sake, you're never going to achieve and do and stick with and complete and finish the task that's before you. And so when a person finds their purpose, almost immediately with them, they find discipline to fulfill that purpose. And if you have no purpose, I promise you, you will lack the discipline. So when people say, well, you need to really stick with it, you need to be disciplined, I would say, let me ask you a question. Do you know what your purpose is? Because it's the purpose that puts steel in the backbone of discipline.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. By Christine, great for heart palpitations. By Anne, before I started using this product, every afternoon my ankles and my hands would be swollen. That doesn't happen anymore. So if that part of their advertising is true, I have to assume that the rest of it is also. Not to mention that when I had my yearly blood test, only a few weeks after beginning to use this product, my cholesterol had dropped over 30 points. I'm going to continue to take it. By Croc, I love this product. It really works. By Brad, works great, thank you. Tell us your story. Get your Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Once in a decade, a true story comes along that remembers the future. After 6 Amazon bestsellers, I have completed the epic Birth Trilogy, a true story of Earth. By reading the Birth Trilogy, you will journey with the characters from the origin of Earth to its final destiny in a white-knuckle ride that combines the intrigue of Tom Clancy with the epic scope of Prometheus and Interstellar. You will learn more about the purpose of life, the mystery of death, and the true nature of your soul than you thought possible. The Birth Trilogy is now available on Amazon and Kindle. The audio version is a free bonus when you buy the paperback, so even if you're not a great reader, don't worry about it. I read it for you. Use the Amazon app today and buy the Birth Trilogy, spelled B-E-A-R-T-H, or search for my name. I'm Brooks Agnew.
You are now tuned into the Truth Frequency.
Your protection from deception.
TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
And Lucas.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the
Oh,
Ironworks,
love
kicking
it.
off right now.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Hack, there in chat for the super chat. And damn it, where is it? I missed a link. Let me drop a link. Hang on.
Sorry, I'm falling behind too. I didn't even see it. Shame on me.
So go subscribe to Angela Baby Carson's channel there in chat if you haven't, and then go look at that epic goddess bath. Man, that is epic. I want that. I need that in the worst way. And I actually know someone who has an old tub that's out in their barn that we can move it. We could get it. That thing weighs a lot. We're going to get it at some point. Interesting. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. But yeah, as I said, lots of great people there in our chat. Go hit their content. Go check out their channels. Damn it, there was something else and I can't find it. When I find it, I'll bring it back up. Hang on.
Have you ever seen some of those ancient bathtubs that you can't even crawl into? They're so big. I forget what temple it is. I think it might even be somewhere in Russia. Could be so wrong though. Don't hold me to that. But they found this granite tub. That's all they can think of it is a tub. But people stand next to it and their head isn't even up over the edge of the tub. I mean, it's enormous, and it's in this room, and they don't know how they even got it into the room. It doesn't fit through the doors. But I think it's one of those, evidence of giants that they just couldn't move without destroying the whole building. They're like, yeah, we'll just leave it. We could say it's a pool. Somebody used it as a swimming pool. I mean, it's enormous. Flat Fact says they're baptismal fonts, big bathtubs. And I've noticed they make things so hard to search. Like if you put in baptismal fonts, you'd probably get a bunch of these pictures. But if you put in giant bathtub, it's going to take you to Lowe's and show you a bunch of, giant bathtubs you can buy today or this or that. They're not going to give you what you're looking for. So baptismal fonts. Thank you, Flat Fact. Hey, have we been joined?
Negative, Ghost Rider. You're just hearing things.
Oh, I was just hearing some background all of a sudden that I hadn't been hearing all show.
Well, we got a little attention, I guess, over this last weekend, and now our handlers are like, "Oh shit, we weren't. They were sleeping at the wheel." Yeah. So that back shadow start coming through again. All right, I'll stop.
So yeah, I'm excited. February 5th, Lucas and I are going to be measuring the rotation of the moon from our latitudes. And that whole sun and moon wagon wheel rotation, I think it can definitely kill the globe. I think it's going to. And I can't think of a rebuttal for it. How do you explain, something that's supposed to be perspectively exactly the same, being totally different? I'm trying to think of an analogy of what this would represent. I can't think of a good one. almost kind of like, when you're standing at the beach, someone's standing 50 yards away from you. You each see the sun coming to your feet. That's how it works. Well, in this case, it would be like the sun not coming to your feet. Like one person seeing the sun coming to their feet and the other person seeing the sun going to a line in between both those people, in between you and the other person. The sun doesn't come to you, it's going over here all of a sudden. That's kind of like the analogy. I know it's all based on perspective, but perspective still has, certain laws it has to follow. Yeah, I've gotten some feedback. Some people understand it completely what I'm saying, and others are like, I don't know if they just didn't watch the video. It makes it hard when you go and look at these people's channel and there's no content on it, no playlists, no subscriptions, to know whether or not these are real questions or is this just another troll wasting your time. So for most flat earthers, I got good feedback. Yeah, they comprehend what I'm saying, and yeah, but there's other people that were arguing about the fact that the sun and moon wagon wheel in the sky. And it's like, I showed it in my video. I mean, yes, I know this takes place in the sky. You can go verify this yourself. Today, if you have a clear sky and you can see one of these luminaries, the sun's a little harder. You need a solar filter, but yeah, you can watch them do this every single day. But yeah, I'm excited. February 5th. You don't need a big fancy camera, something that zooms in maybe 25%, as long as you can get a noticeable marking. Like you can pick up a good crater on the moon or something, just so you can show how much it's rotating while you're taking your pictures. But yeah, he'll be at 37 south. I'll be at 35 north. That's well more than enough to show it one way or the other. And there's a lot of room for error in there because it's such a drastic difference in the amount of rotation. It seems like once you get outside of the equator, unless you're real close in, no, and it's like at least almost 180 degrees from just about every location, even at 60 degrees south, which, nobody lives at 60 degrees south. That's way down there. But yeah, it's so drastic. I have no idea about the southern hemisphere not. If it is how it works on the flat earth map, it's almost 180 degrees or more every single time you're looking at it.
Exactly. Yep.
Because it's arcing away from you, it's just totally different than that arcing around you. The perspective changes just dramatically, tenfold and more in some places. So yeah, I'm hoping that we get the data that we want, and once we do, maybe we can get a few more people to do it, to like nail it in there and super verify it for other people. And then I would love to hear like a mainstream argument for this. What are they going to say? I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though. It's been a while since I've been excited like this about going, and geez, it had to be since we went and measured with the fiber optic gyro.
Yeah.
Up on, what's the name of that? Pikes Peak. I was super pumped. And the thing that sucked about that was we had to wait like a week for Chris to go down and get the other data down the mountain, 10,000 feet lower elevation. But yeah, this one's going to be that day. By the 6th. We'll know.
And y'all are going to obviously record, and are you going to have a live stream too, or?
Well, it's going to be over 6 hours, the pictures.
Yeah, I'm deciding if we're going to try to do a live stream at some point. I mean, you don't have to cover it for 6 hours, but, just pop in, like, maybe updates or, I don't know, just something to think about. Was it Friday when we were talking about it? Yeah, I think it was Friday on the show with Martin and everybody about just the way the oceans are laid out on the map that we have to look at. Anyway, the idea of a map we have to look at, and how magnetism and things floating over salt water could maybe, keep an object like the moon up there somehow. And then there in chat, who was it? Sketches. There you go. Welcome. Glad to have you. I get what are the tides question all the time. So again, that could somehow play around with it. Magnetism, salt water. I don't know.
Yeah, if
Putting
you
that out there. Maybe you guys will see something in there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the magnetic field that they give us, it makes like a clover leaf right around the North Pole. That's what we're told the magnetic field looks like. Now, if you take that same image, I found now this is just stuff that's been given to us. Now I've recreated that magnetic field using 2 pillars, 2 pillar magnets wrapped in copper. If you put them near each other, they'll create that quadrupole in the center. It's like a third pole appears. And if you look at some of the data for the tides and the waves of the ocean, they look a lot like that clover pattern. They seem to be following these magnetic ley lines. Now again, this was just a picture that I saw. I've never gone out there and measured any of these waves or tides or even the magnetic ley line. I have no clue. But from what we've gathered, and I don't know, they seem to follow the magnetic field line. If any of that stuff is true that we're given. I don't know. It almost seems like it is true, to the fact that people use these for navigation and things like that, declination lines and what have you, and all that kind of stuff. But then again, I've never used magnetic declination lines to travel, so it's hard to know what's causing all this stuff, and if the data that we're getting is even accurate itself. But don't drive yourself crazy over it.
Or you could just make yourself a couple dowsing rods and go out and check it yourself.
My uncle swears by those things.
Oh, dude, when I was a kid, I watched people find wells to dig with them. I played with them too. I used to, like, truly, I took 2 different sets of, this is back when coat hangers were still wire. Shout out to no wire hangers. Anyway, took the wire coat hangers, cut all the bent up part off the end when you unwound it, and bent them at 90 degrees and just held them out and walked around until I would let them, like, they would suddenly cross. And I would dig down and inevitably find a coin or an old, like, pulley wheel or something. So, and that was just me acting like, I knew what I was doing with 2 pieces of coat hanger wire. So imagine if I was actually using, what kind of wood are you supposed to use? White birch? Is that what it's supposed to be? I can't remember. I used to know.
Yeah, there's different ones. There's some that are better than others. But they say you can do it with every type of tree branch. But yeah, my uncle, he had bought a cabin up in Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Gorgeous. Right across from the Lake Superior State Park. And he had 2 different well companies come out and try to find a place to put a well in out there. And neither of them hit. They each dug like 3 different times and could never get, because it's real rocky up there. Couldn't find a spot to get through. The 3rd company he brought out, they tried to dig 1 well, and then they said they brought this old man out, like in his 70s, and he came out and he took that divining rod, and it was only like 5 feet from where one of the other holes was dug. He's like, right here. This is the spot. And they're like, there's no way, because right over here we dug. He's like, right here.
Yeah, that's about the same kind of stuff I saw growing up.
He said,
Yep.
sure enough, there was water there. Now, my uncle was good at telling tall tales. I will say that. So I don't know if all that is 100% factual about how and having the two companies come out and all that. My uncle liked to embellish a little bit. I'll be honest. But
hey, before we get, go ahead.
Like the punchline, that's it.
Well, if you don't mind, before we get too far from, I want to circle back to that whole thing about the people with the YouTube channel and their content. Inevitably, as we have new folks showing up in our chat, I'll click over and look at somebody's name to go sub to their channel and see they have absolutely no videos. And I'll go, for a minute. And then I'll kind of go back through and see what they've been talking about in chat that led me to go to their channel in the first place to go sub. And I'm like, I got a feeling here, so I'll sub away. What can it hurt? A lot of people don't make a YouTube channel to put up content. They make a YouTube channel simply because they realize or find out by looking it up that the only way they can get in one of these chats and have an interaction with the people they're listening to or the people they want to talk to in that chat is to create a YouTube channel, whether you put content up or not. And I'm basically looking at a comment that Liz made not long after you said that, going, oh no, people might think I'm a troll because I have no content. Look, I've been knowing Liz for how long now? And I mean, if anybody's a troll, it's got to be her. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't mean just no
go
content.
check. No, I know. Go check. And look, I went and checked, and I'm not even subbed to her anymore. I went and subbed to a couple of people I checked today. So go double check your subs always. But yeah, don't.
Yeah, Liz, they have no They're not subscribed to anything.
Right.
They've never liked video. I mean, they have no content on their channel at all. Like, if I go into your channel and if you've liked one of our shows, it'll have a liked playlist for all the videos that you've liked. And if I go into your subscriptions, it'll show me all the people that you're subscribed to. Or it'll say that it's blocked. But they'll say, on theirs, it'll say, this person is not subscribed to anyone. This person is, so it's different. When I say no content, I mean zero content whatsoever. Like, they just created this thing and only use it to troll. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there like that. Yeah, I mean, I had a YouTube channel for 5 years before I made my first video. And I think I was up to 37 subscribers just for comments that I made. I was a comment warrior at the beginning of the whole flat earth thing. That's where I learned so much about the globe being nonsense, not so much about flat earth, just arguing with globe trolls, having them send me to websites and this and that to explain me their model. And unlike probably 90% of the people that would argue with them, I would actually go read the article, and look it up. And if I didn't understand a word, I'd go look up that word. But then I'd come back to them and be like, hey, everything in this article is kind of saying the earth is flat and not a ball. And I don't understand where you're getting. So, yeah, I learned a lot arguing with the trolls at first. It was 5 years of no comment or no videos at all. So no, just because you don't have a video, Liz, doesn't mean I think you're a troll. It's a long con with Liz.
Right, she'll get us in the end. Real quick, there's some links there in the chat for Truth Unveiled 1123. If you can find them, I think I redropped it there, and it looks like some of you are already helping out there. You guys were awesome, man. Love you all. If you can give her a hand. I know a lot of us are going through some rough times, especially if you're on a fixed income. So I know all about it. I live it. So yeah, definitely lots of love headed your way.
There's nothing more desperate than being negative in a bank account and having an empty stomach.
Fucking banks.
I know it. I've felt it. I've lived it for extended periods of time. And I know how, again, just desperate. it can make you feel. So any way that we can ease some of that desperation, relax some of that stress off of Erica, definitely want to try to do that. So if you can, even if it's $1 or $2, just go ahead and click one of those links and just a little something, if you can. If you're in the same situation, then please, I'm not asking you. Let us know. We'll see if there's anything we can do, because we hate it when our family is hurting and in those dire straits. She also makes orgone generators, I believe, too.
Yes, indeed.
So,
yes,
Erica,
indeed. And some very entertaining videos.
maybe I'll order one of those too. So be thinking about
She was
an
on
orgone
with,
generator that you want to make for me, and I'll shoot you a little bit of money for it. I'll buy one of them orgone
right?
generators
That would
from
be
you.
epic.
Put it right up here in my studio.
Have a little personal spin put into it rather than just getting one like at a farmer's market or whatever, which is kind of how I've gotten the ones I've gotten over the years. That would be something to think about. That's a great idea. I'm
Like
going
a
to have to
Zach
reach
hat.
out to you, Erica.
Like the hat Zach's going to be making for Daz, while Daz is
Exactly.
painting for Zach. And Zach, I did drop you a link to his painting thus far, as yet unfinished, but there it is. Yeah.
So if you are looking for a playlist to check out, Rico's Tinfoil Sombrero there in chat.
Right?
Go check out his channel. He says he's got a B system and a flat earth proofs, and they are dope. Yeah, that's some of the best stuff you'll find is if you go and look in people's playlists. Find somebody that really just pick somebody in the chat, somebody you may not even know. And instead of picking people that they've subscribed to, go find those videos that they really like and just go through people's playlists. I love David Weiss's playlist. He's got
right.
150 playlists. But I'll go through just to find his interview playlist, you got to scroll down through like a whole bunch of them. But yeah, I mean, go to people's channels, go look at the playlist if you've never done that. You'll find some great content there that you won't find anywhere else. A lot of it's been blocked by the YouTube algorithms and haven't been found by people in a while, but they're still stuck in those playlists.
Karen B in chat says having a channel on YouTube is like being in an abusive relationship, and my God, isn't that true?
Absolutely.
I know they didn't really want to get rid of my videos and put me on a 30-day ban, but it's for my own good. I shouldn't have pushed their buttons. I knew what I shouldn't have said, and I said it anyway. It's my own fault, really. I mean, they were in a bad mood. It's been a long year. Next year will be different. It'll be different next time. They're really sorry. It just can't seem to leave. Every single time we buy it. But damn, if we're not only like 90 seconds away.
Minute out.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah. Well, hope you guys all had a great weekend and that the rest of your week goes nice. We're warming up here, so I'm happy. I hope your weather.
We're going to have a warm day today, and that's about it. It's going to get cold again here for us. But thank you all so much. Chat was amazing today. I couldn't even keep up. Thank y'all. Love you all.
Definitely was. Thanks everybody again for Friday. Have no fear. Again, really exciting show. Awesome show. Got some legs over the weekend, so feel free to hop on the bandwagon and give it a watch. It's worth the 3-hour view because it was good from start to finish.
Truly was. Thank y'all.
Yeah, anytime Martin's anywhere, it's pretty epic. So can't go wrong with some Martin Liedtke, even if it is with us nut jobs here at the Realm. Love y'all.
Love you guys. And again, another shout out to our new friend Lindsay, who joined us on Friday with Martin as well.
Right.
Otherwise,
and
thank
Paranormal, where are you? Get with us. All right. Love y'all.
I think they did leave a message. on that video from the same week that we were talking to him. So maybe this Friday, I did respond, I believe, to paranormal something or other. I forget exactly off the top of my head. But don't forget, you guys, have a great week. Be good, be well, and we will see you right back here on Friday morning. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
This is iHeartRadio.